starting with the G chord. The second finger is going to go to the 6th string, 3rd fret. The first finger is going to go to the 5th string, 2nd fret. And the third finger is going to go to the 1st string, 3rd fret. So notice that the 2nd and 3rd finger are on the same fret. A little bit of a spread there. Not too bad. First finger goes here. And then what you want to do is make sure that you're not laying the fingers down, because if you're laying them down, they're going to cover up the other strings. You're going to hear something like that. What we want is every string to be able to ring. And so you don't want any finger to lay on a string it's not supposed to be touching. So there's a G chord. Now let's look at the second chord that I'm going to show you, which is the D chord. Your first finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Your second finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. And we're going to just make a little triangle by throwing the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So that's a D chord. And on the D chord, you'll notice on the diagram that the top 2 strings have an X above them. So that what that means is we're not going to play those strings. We're gonna play only the bottom 4 strings for the D chord. Okay, let's kind of switch back and forth between the G and the D a few times. So what we have to do is go back to the G chord, take the 2nd finger. I like to start with the 2nd finger when you're first learning this chord. So go to the 3rd fret of the 6th string and then build everything around it. So you're going to have your first finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Your third finger is on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Okay, and again, make sure they're all standing up really good, using the fingertips. Okay, now notice that the 2nd finger is the furthest extended finger. And the reason I'm calling attention to that is when we go to the D chord, that's the one that's going to be the furthest back. So we're going to take the 2nd finger and go to the 2nd fret of the 1st string and then build a D chord around that. So what I want to have you do is pause the recording and go back and forth between the G and the D chord, like maybe 10 or 20 times. And then we will do an exercise where you're going to do the same chord changes, keeping up with me. So go ahead and pause the tape and practice doing the G and the D chord. See you in a second. Starting with the G chord. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Go to D. Back to G. Back to D. G. To the D. G. D. G. Here comes D. To the G. D. Double it. G. 3, 4 to the D. G. To the D. Double it again. Here goes. G, D, G, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half a measure on each chord.